Hey, hello, welcome to the weather update. It's 9 o'clock, February 6th, 2020, and we've got a number of things to deal with. Let's start with this first of all. This is a picture here of what the sky looked like. We had some clear skies in the morning, but then we got these high and mid-level clouds that kind of came in on us, as you'll see here. One more I got there, so you get a chance to see what it looked like. Did have some sunshine, but then the clouds kind of moved in by the afternoon, so it wasn't a really clear day. So when you look at this map here, the weather and hazards map, you'll note the path of the storm that is being predicted here, and all the winter storm warnings, which we are under, stretching all the way from Boston all the way almost pretty much down the I-95 corridor into the mountains of the Carolinas. And that's for this storm that we are dealing with. So this is what the satellite looks like right now. And you see here the storm starting to take shape. This is the coastal storm starting to take shape. You can see some convection off the southeast coast here. So let's go take a closer look at that. I'm still trying to figure out this this OBS. The one thing that I'm going to say is that it seems like Windows 10 seems to be fairly easy to use. The video editing programs seem a lot more complicated to use. So you're gonna have to. It didn't seem they're not as simple and straightforward as the programs I used before, like VideoPad and Cam Studio. It seems like there's a lot more things to adjust, and it's harder to get to them. But anyway, you can see still the convection popping up off the southeast coast. I kind of wanted to show that. You know what? Let me go and take a look at the radar too. Radar. So we're under the winter storm warning. Let's look at the radar right now. Look at the now. Nothing has moved into our area yet. We still have we have a high overcast right now. But I just want to show you what the whole thing looks like. So you can see the convection. Some pretty intense thunderstorms. Actually, there was some tornadoes in northern Florida from this batch of thunderstorms. So this is the kind of energy that's getting into this system. And you can see the rain stretching all the way from Richmond, Virginia, the Carolinas. Then you see the snow in the mountains over here. And these are some pretty hefty thunderstorms. I'm just curious and see how much lightning they're producing, just because I want to look and see. Let's see. So yeah, quite a bit of lightning from these storms. So this was there was some tornadoes in Florida as a result, and you can see the lightning there. And if we go to the Weather Service, you'll see here that I'll put Jacksonville in here. Well, I think it was Jacksonville, I think, that had the tornadoes. Let's see. Because this is all part of the same storm, so it's kind of relevant. So this is, again, the radar that happened. And there were some tornado and severe thunderstorm warnings. You can see the radar here. Let's see if there was any, where their Twitter is, where we could get a chance to look at where they put it. All right, let's see. Special marine warning, severe thunderstorm warning, severe thunderstorm warning, special marine warning. A lot of special marine warnings. I'm trying to find where there was a tornado, because there was a tornado warning. There we go, tornado warning. Crescent City, Florida. Very unusual to have tornadoes in February. Alabama, too, is affected by this, too, as well, with the severe weather. So quite an interesting severe weather event going on, even though it's not in our area. It is part of the same storm. So that's what makes it kind of interesting. So let's take a look at the current observations across our area now. And we'll start with the temperatures, which have dropped into the mid and upper 30s. It felt cooler today because it was breezy, but it was still pretty mild out there today. We're going to look at the high temperatures today. And I think we got pretty far into the 40s here on Long Island. Yeah, mid-40s. But it was windy, the air was crisper, so it didn't feel as warm as yesterday. And it looks like it got close to 50 in Toms River, 48 at Miller Air Park. So a little warmer there. Definitely above normal for today. But you're going to say goodbye to that above normal weather, because things after the snow, things are going to be getting colder again as the cold air moves into the picture. So let's look at the latest update on this winter storm that the Weather Service has put together for us. Quick hitting winter storm. So it's going to be a quick hitting. It's not going to be like the last one, but it could come down for a little bit. So the heavier snow totals would be 4 to 8 inches over the western parts of Long Island. That would be northeast New Jersey, NYC Metro, coastal Westchester, southwest Connecticut, and western Long Island. And 6 to 9 over east Long Island and southeast Connecticut. And the onset would be late tonight. A heavy snow Sunday morning through the afternoon. Snow ends Sunday evening. Inland, be a little less because they're away from the storm, so 3 to 6 inches. And this would be in the advisory areas. And then the eastern end of Long Island could get a little more. They're saying 6 to 9 inches. Okay, I will draw up a map for you. We're going to do it actually, my idea on the forecast, at least for the storm, as we draw on that. This is the Weather Service's idea, so they're giving us around 7 inches. Again, we got the winter storm warning in effect, but the winter weather advisory in effect for southeastern New Jersey, so the Jersey shore, unless they included, no, they did include Ocean County in it, but not Atlantic County. They just missed out on it. Parts of Ocean County could get more than other parts. It's really tricky. So let's go look at the models here, and we'll take a look and see what we have with this storm here, and then we'll draw out what I think is going to happen. I'm going to be looking at not the long range in this one. We're just going to be looking at the next couple of days because we got to deal with this storm. So let's go to the eastern U.S. so you can get an idea of how this is all going to shape up on the GFS here. So here's the storm getting together. This is the storm over here, and this coastal storm is going to get together and form this coastal storm, and it's going to track offshore. So you see the track there offshore in the path for snow for our area, and you see we're in the snow here. If we go a little closer into our area here, you will see that we are in the snow. So it would start in the morning, probably 7, 8 o'clock. Might start as rain along the Jersey shore, and then as it moves east, it would transition over to snow, and then moves out, and then could end as rain. It doesn't have terribly cold air with it. This is the GFS, of course, and the total snowfall amounts in the GFS aren't really that impressive. It only gives an inch or two for much of New Jersey, an inch or two for the western part of Long Island, and floats at 5 or 6 inches for the east end. All right? But that's the GFS, and it underdid in the last one, so I'm thinking the same thing is going to happen this time. So let's go back to this, and we'll look at the NAM. 12 kilometer. And this is the 0Z NAM, which will be good enough to use for this storm. It'll have enough hours in it, I think. So, again, here's the storm forming and moving up the coast. And, again, same idea. Starts as rain, perhaps. Onset's a little later on the NAM, more like 11 o'clock. It then goes over to snow, which could become heavy at times through the midday, early afternoon hours. And then the heaviest blues seem to go over the Twin Forks area here. So South Fork could get into the heavier snow. And then it starts moving out of here and starts tapering off later, like 4 or 5 o'clock. It should be moving on out of here. Now, you'll notice that the storm does deepen as it gets over the ocean, and it will. But it is moving very fast. So that's why it's not going to add up to all that much. If we look at the NAM total snowfall, you will see the NAM has backed off a little bit now. So the NAM is only giving us 3 to 5 inches. All right? The east end could get more. The quick movement of the storm, I think, is what's going to help us, as well as just it seems like there's just not a lot of cold air. It's not that cold today. So we don't really have the really cold air that would help. And that could bring in some mixing issues as well. And I think even the NAM is suggesting that in this latest 0Z run that is exactly what we're going to see. I could also switch to the high resolution NAM, which doesn't go as far out. No, can't use that. It doesn't go as far out. We don't have enough of that in yet. But you can see here on the NAM that, for the most part, it doesn't seem to be all that bad. It backed off. It really did back off on it. Because for a while the NAM was showing 8 to 10 inches or close to that. Now it's backing off a little bit, which I think is more in line with what I think we're going to see from this. Let's go look at the ICON model too. The ICON model had this many days out, this storm. And you can see it kind of starts as rain. We may get a rain mix, especially along the Jersey shore into the eastern part of Suffolk County, according to this. And then moves on out. And this would give us only an inch or two. That's it. That's all it would give us. All right. The reason why I'm saying this is because the air is not that cold. All right. The temperatures will drop tonight, but the air is not that cold. The air, we have to wait until the storm leaves for the cold air to come in, but then the storm is out of here. So that's the issue we have. Let's go to the HRRR right now. Look at the 0Z run, and we'll cut right to the totals already. And you can see a similar idea. The east end seems to be getting more in the way of snow here. And so we have an agreement here on this. I think the models, we actually do finally have an agreement among the models generally as to what's going to happen. And this is the HRRR right here. So it's definitely leaning toward possibly starting more as a rain because the air is just not that cold. That's the issue. We're going to look at the air temperature here on this. Let's get the 850 temperature. Oh, this is not temperature. Save. Oh, this doesn't give 850 temperature. Maybe that name gives it. Well, we have the FGen. We'll look at the FGen. This is another thing we can use, too, to determine where the heavy precipitation is. So you can see a couple of waves of heavy precipitation. One around 8, and then the stronger one, which this looks pretty heavy, right around that 18 Z time frame. But it's on the move. This won't be with us for more than an hour or two, this area of heavy precipitation. But this is when you're going to get your accumulated snow. It's right in the middle of the day. And actually, this does have the temperatures here. It does have it safely below freezing in the blue. These are Celsius, but this is 700. This is not 850. We have to use 850. And the 850 also firmly in the blue. I don't usually use these parameters, but it's really going to be, if we go to look at the actual surface temperatures here on the surface, you'll see that it's just a borderline temperature, generally around 30 to 35 degrees. All right, so it's not going to be that cold. You see that all this blue is to the north, and you really want to be north of this line here to get snow to accumulate. So that's what's going to be the issue, I think. And I think we'll look at the HRRR temperatures too. Similar idea here. Here are the temperatures again. You can see we're above that 30. It has a 34 over us. So snow is going to have a problem. It'll stick when it's heavy, and then that's when we'll get it. But as far as how much will fall, I really don't think it's going to be that bad. And maybe the winter storm warning may not even be warranted at this point. I may have to even consider dropping it. But I would only keep it up for the sake that it could be heavy for a couple of hours. So that would probably cause the need for that. And then once we're done with that, the temperatures drop into the morning, into Monday morning, we're down to the teens. The cold air comes in behind the storm, and then for Monday, we're 25 to 30 degrees for highs. But as far as the storm itself goes, we have warmer than expected conditions, and we've seen that the past couple of days where temperatures have been overperforming every single day. So that's why I'm cautious. I'm cautious about this. All right. So let me we'll go in the long range. Let me go and look at, let me draw on something here. All right. So we can actually just take this off. Take all this stuff off. Take the surface observations off. We'll take the layers off. So we have just the pure map. So we can show you what I think is going to happen here. All right. Let me get my drawing out here. Nope, that's the wrong one. This is it. Okay. So the heavier amounts, I think, are going to be over the east end. Okay, so we'll use this. That's fine. So generally over here, east end. Well, let me get this out of the way here. Can we undock that? That's good. All right, so generally this area right here would be the heavier amounts. All right, and this area, I think here, would see your 5 to 8 inch amounts. All right. For the rest of us, we'll change it. We'll use a different color. Use this light blue here. For the rest of us, I honestly think that we're going to see, for the rest of us here, which is generally this whole area right here, this would be New York City, most parts of Long Island, most parts of Connecticut, we're going to see 3 to 5 inches. To 5 inches. Maybe even less than that. All right? The 5 inches more out here, the 3 inches more here. All right? And then if we go and we look at New Jersey, because I think they're going to be dealing with some more warm air there, I think they're going to see 1 to 3 inches. But this could just as well be moved further north, this 1 to 3. And it might be moved along to the south shore, perhaps. But I really don't see this as being a big snowstorm after seeing these these new models come in. The fact that we've been overperforming with the temperatures the past couple of days means there's more warm air involved. And at least I think that we will see less. Let me erase this. This back to this. But I think we will see less than what the Weather Service is calling for. I think they're overdoing it a little bit. Winter storm warning, is it necessary? Let's be on the cautious side. Let's have it. But if we don't have more than a couple of hours of decent accumulating snow, then I think they need to drop it. I really do. So one more model that we need to look at, and that's the European, of course. And this is the European, and we'll start with the temperatures here. This is windy.com, by the way. Okay, so you see here we're in the mid-30s tomorrow, so we're above freezing. And we don't drop until the storm starts pulling out, and then we start dropping a little bit. Now, this is the European model, so there's one other model here that we have to get through. All right, and let's see what the European has as far as snow accumulation goes here. This is the next 3 days, which is what this will be, I guess. Or we could do next, well, I don't know when this run was made. So let's see. European, 4.9. So let's see, it's backed off even for us. You're at 4.3 inches. The East End gets a little more. They're a little more like 6.3, and then probably less over Jersey, 4.4. I think it'll be a little less over there. But this won't be a huge snowfall. It's not going to be a big snowfall. And I think that I really don't see it being a bad storm right now. It doesn't look like it. The next factor we'll look at, of course, is the wind and the wind gusts tomorrow. I don't think it'll be that bad. Let's see. We'll put this off to like around 11. The worst of the wind stays out over the ocean, where you could see wind gusts up to 40. It'll be breezy. You know, you could have the snow blowing when it comes down at times, but honestly, I think there'll be a quick burst of snow, and maybe even be rain mixed in with that when that burst comes. And of course, we can put all the other models in here too. This has the NAM in here, which I'd rather use the NAM because this is a little more of a shorter range model to use. And you'll see, look at the temperatures being above freezing. They don't really start coming down until the storm starts pulling out in the afternoon. And if we go up, we can go up to 850. Let's go up to 850. Let's see what the temperatures are at 850. So even at 850, 34, 35, that's not that cold. That's the problem. So this is going to be an issue. I think we're going to see some rain mixing in with this snow. And that's why I don't really think that we're going to see a huge snow accumulation tomorrow. 3 to 5 may even be too much, but I think we need to back off on these totals of over 6 inches. I don't think it's going to happen, unless maybe around the East End. But even there, it might be pushing it. So, with that done, let's just look a little bit past when this storm pulls out here, and we'll go to the NAM. So get an idea. Well, we'll go to the GFS here, and we'll look at the temperatures once the storm pulls out. This is the 18Z GFS. So cold air comes in and behind the storm. That's when it comes in. We have a cold day on Monday. It doesn't last, though. We get another surge of warm air on Tuesday trying to get into the area. And then another batch of cold air for Wednesday that's going to come in. And there's another storm that will have to be watched right here. We'll go look at that, I guess, for a little bit. I really didn't want to get too much into the long range, but, it's kind of hard to stay away from that. And then here comes the Arctic air as we get toward, it looks like now it's holding it off, and it's delaying it now into the following week, which would be February 15th and 16th a little bit. All right. So if we go and we take this out a little bit and just show you the surface here, we'll see what other potential storms could be being forecast, because I don't really want to go too much. So that's 1 weak storm right there. That would be Wednesday. A stronger system, perhaps, but this one kind of stays to the south. But again, the GFS always seems to want to suppress things to the south, so it'll have to be watched. And then this storm system here, which right now goes right over us on Valentine's Day and brings us rain, and then the Arctic air comes in. But look, that's the long range. We've got to deal with the short range. So once the storm is over, we're going to look and see when we're going to see the sun again, obviously, and maybe when we could have a clear day. perhaps Monday, though the GFS is showing clouds. More clouds for Tuesday. We're kind of stuck in the clouds all week long next week, unfortunately. So it looks like the only day that we might see some sunshine is Monday. We could look at the NAM. Of course, the 0Z does not go far enough out for that. And we could see if we can piece together a clear day for Monday. And unfortunately, it looks like it's got some clouds over us. So we may not piece together a clear day for Monday. So it could be a while till we have a clear day. And the reason why is because of the stalled fronts that we're going to be dealing with all week long. And we might have to wait until that Arctic front comes through and gets it out of here for next week. But, right now we've got this one storm to deal with. And like I said, I don't expect it to be too bad of a storm. There's one other model I didn't look at, which is the RGEM. We can look at that with the skies. You can see Monday looks kind of junky. Damn it. I'm sorry, but, this is ridiculous. Just want a clear day. Just want a clear, sunny, cold day, That's all I want. Looked like we were going to get some, but this is what happens. So, that will be it, I guess. Let's just go to we can also look at the Canadian model, too, for the storm as well. Similar idea with that rain, but it does have some heavy bands of snow going over Long Island. So, that's when it could accumulate. And let's see what the Canadian has here. Yep, this is actually fairly close to what I'm guessing right now. So I guess that's going to wrap up this weather update. Take care, and thank you for watching.